Good evening, good evening. Greetings and blessings to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all over the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, wanted to talk about a few things in this video. Wanted to talk a little bit about one. So there's been a recent change to the Ice Ribbon Ice Cross Infinity Tournament. I'm going to talk about that as well as a few updated results because that tournament just started this past weekend. I'm going to talk a little bit about Marigold, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Kizuna Tanaka. And then I'm going to finish off by giving my review of the recent World Women's Pro Wrestling Diana Korakuen Hall tournament that took place this past weekend as well. So, gonna go over and review that show. Also, don't forget to be sure to check out the link in the description to Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you see something you like and want to make a purchase, don't forget to use that promo code for 10% off of your order. The promo code is blitzball_champ, all in caps. So be sure you use that promo code. And happy shopping. Okay. So first off, I wanted to note, starting with Ice Ribbon, the Ice Cross Infinity Championship Tournament has begun. There has also been a change to the lineup. So Kaho Matsushita won't be participating in this tournament, and I believe it was due to injury. I don't remember exactly what the disclosure of the injury was, but she has been replaced by Tsukasa Fujimoto. That's right, she's been replaced by Tsukasa Fujimoto in the Group A. So she will be taking in this tournament. And with that being said, let's go ahead and look at our current results so far. Alright, starting with Group A. So far, only one match has happened, and many would say quite an upset, as Kyuri was able to get the upset victory on Hamuko Hoshi, the mother of Ibuki Hoshi, who just recently relinquished the Ice Cross Infinity Championship due to her taking time away due to her pregnancy. And it wasn't that long ago that Hamuko Hoshi competed against her daughter for that title. So this is kind of a big deal. Kyuri getting the opening upset victory over Hamuko Hoshi to earn herself 2 points. So, Hamuko Hoshi right now starting off 0-1 with that loss to Kyuri. But Kyuri, with the victory over Hamuko Hoshi, starts at the top of Group A. And we know the next upcoming matches for Group A. So on May the 3rd, we got, as a matter of fact, we got Hamuko Hoshi right back at it again, as she will take on Misa Kagura. So that should be a good matchup. Should be a really good matchup. But hopefully we'll see if Hamuko Hoshi can bounce back. She's going to need to bounce back immediately because, you know, there's not a whole lot of matches. You know, everybody has 4 matches. And she just had her first and getting ready to have her third, or her second on May the 3rd this week. So, you know, it's very critical. Very critical. Because there can only be one winner out of each group. Only one. So, just a FYI. But Misa Kagura, Hamuko Hoshi on May the 3rd. And then on May the 4th, oh, this is going to be a big test for up-and-comer Arisa Shinose as she will take on the ace, Tsukasa Fujimoto. That's going to be a really tough match for her. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Curie upset Hamuko Hoshi, so, I mean, you know, anything can happen. You never know. All right, let's go to Group B. Okay, Group B. So far, we've had one match as we saw former Ice Cross Infinity champion Yuri was able to pick up 2 points and defeat Sera for the opening match of Group B. So she opens up 1-0. Sera starting off 0-1. The next upcoming matches. So Sera will be back at it again on May 3rd as she will take on Asuka Fujitaki. And then, Battle of the Big Girls on May 4th as Totoro Satsuki will go up against Yappy. Now that should be a really good match. I'm looking forward to that match. That's going to be a good match. And of course, you know, Totoro Satsuki is also a former Ice Cross Infinity champion. So it's going to be a tough battle for Yappy, but we'll see how she does. They're both similar in size, so that should be a hard-hitting back-and-forth match. That I'm looking very forward to that match. But Yuri off to a good start at the top of Group B. Seran's going to really need to pick up a victory against Asuka Fujitaki. You don't want to get down early so quickly. But those are your results so far of this Ice Cross Infinity Championship tournament. And like I said, you got 4 matches coming up this week on the 3rd and the 4th. So I will check back in with y'all once those matches have concluded to give y'all the updates. But interesting start so far to this tournament. Okay, wanted to transition now over to talk a little bit about Marigold. So they are supposed to be doing a press conference at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 1 o'clock a.m. My time, EST. So it'll be interesting to see what it'll be about. I know there's some speculation on whether it will be talked about with the Actress Girls Talent. There's speculation about that. But word is that May 5th, they will be hosting a special fan event, which will be in Shibuya, Tokyo. And at that point, they will reveal the full card for their debut May 20th show at Korakuen Hall. So May 5th is when they're going to debut and reveal, or that's when they're going to reveal the full card. We already know that we're going to get Julia and a tag team partner versus Seri and a tag team partner. So we already know that got announced. We just don't know the competitors. But there's also speculation whether they will introduce the first championship, which honestly, I don't think that'll happen. I mean, they may start doing, you know, some contendership matches or whatnot, maybe building up to when they do introduce their first championship. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think if anything, this first show is going to really, I expect this first show to establish everybody pretty well. And hopefully they bring up a good card and that it'll work out really well. And then, you know, they got a tour of shows coming up. as part of their Grand Opening Wars 2024 tour, they have dates for, they got a day show and a night show on May 26th. They got a show on June 1st and June 2nd as well. So, looks like they're going to be really hitting the ground running. And what I'm also curious about is, word is that Julia got permission from WWE to compete in WWE as well as Marigold. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out for her. And word is that Julia may be debuting for WWE at NXT Heatwave, which that is, I want to say that's June or July. I think it's July. But, which is understandable because, I mean, she's going to be very busy in Japan. I mean, with Marigold, she's also going to be wrestling in the upcoming Wrestle Magic pay-per-view. So, it's got a lot coming up. Got a lot coming up. They got to continue to do promotionals and advertising for Marigold. I'm sure they're going to be making a lot more content as they build up to the debut show. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. Now, also as part of Marigold, there's something I wanted to talk about, and this has to do with Kizuna Tanaka. So, word is Kizuna Tanaka, which I believe was originally, a long while back, was originally supposed to be booked for this year's Catch the Wave tournament that's actually getting ready to start, I believe this weekend. But the word is that she won't be competing due to poor health. But it sounds like that might not be the real case, and that she may have actually been legit behind the scenes pulled away, I guess by her parents, her promoter, or whatnot. Because you got to remember, Kizuna Tanaka is the daughter of Minoru Tanaka, another well-known professional wrestler. And supposedly the word is possibly she might be quietly sort of sneaking out of Pro Wrestling Wave and might end up joining Marigold. That's what a rumor is. That's what the rumor is. But I don't know. But I mean, she pretty much, it was like Kizuna Tanaka just disappeared. Just not on Catch the Wave anymore. And like I said, I thought she was originally announced for Catch the Wave, but yeah. I don't know. Because word is her parents were a big part of what got her into joining Pro Wrestling Wave in the first place. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to think. And I believe Rasi Ogawa, I think word is Rasi Ogawa might have some sort of ties to Kizuna Tanaka, but I honestly don't know. I really don't know what to think or what to say. But, I mean, it's kind of a bummer because, like, I was actually rooting for Kizuna Tanaka to potentially win the Catch the Wave tournament, but But yeah, I'm not really too sure what's gonna happen with her. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen with her. But I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what happens with her. But yeah, there's some buzz behind Kizuna Tanaka. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, also there was one piece of Ice Ribbon news I forgot to mention. So apparently, Yuki Minami, who the wrestler that kind of has like the Sailor Moon outfit, apparently her contract's been terminated. Yeah, apparently her contract was coming to an end. They tried to renegotiate, but apparently her agency was just like, nope, she's not going to finish her contract. Bam, terminated. So yeah, Yuki Minami, no longer part of Ice Ribbon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with her, which it's not like I really seen her in a lot of matches. I think most of the matches I've seen her in are like tag or trios matches anyway. So I haven't really seen much of her in a solo presence. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, as it goes with Marigold. Like I said, maybe they'll have some explanation about like the actress girl's talent and how that all came about. We'll just have to see. Like I said, press conference at 1 a.m., 1 or 1:30 a.m. I think it said 1 a.m. But yeah. So I'm sure they're going to go into some detail on some things. But we shall see what happens. Okay. Now that I got that out of the way, let's switch gears to Women's World Pro Wrestling Diana, as they recently had a Korakuen Hall show on April 29th. Technically it was the 28th for my time. And it took place at Korakuen Hall. We had 6 matches, and all 4 titles were on the line. So I was actually very excited for this, because this is my first time seeing every title of Diana defended. Typically, I usually see like 1 title, or maybe occasionally 2 titles on the line. But this time, all 4 were on the line. So I was very excited to get into this. Very excited. So let's go ahead and get started with the review. Alrighty, first up, we had the WWWD Crystal Championship on the line in the opening match, where the champion, Nanami, defended against Zones. Now, what I found very interesting, and I had just discovered this when I saw this show, so the Crystal Championship actually isn't a championship belt. It's not a title belt. It's actually a crown. Yeah, it's like a crown, like a crystal crown. So that's what Nanami was wearing when she came out, and apparently that's the championship, the crown. So that is the Crystal Championship. This was her first defense since winning the tournament to be crowned the inaugural, literally crowned, the inaugural Crystal Champion. Good match. Good back and forth match. And it was pretty cool to see Nanami again. I feel like it's been a while since I last saw her, so it was good to see her in the ring again. And Zones, like I said, Zones, she's been getting booked like everywhere. Like, everywhere I turn around, she's getting booked. So, good to see that trend continue. But it was a nice back and forth match between these ladies. But Nanami successfully retained the Crystal Championship as she pinned Zones with a Northern Light suplex to pick up the victory. So, successful title defense number 1 for Nanami. Still your Crystal Champion. Okay, let's move on to our next match. And this was a pretty wild one. And kind of confusing. Okay. We had the Secret Captain's Fall match. 4-on-4. Team number 1 was Ancham, Makoto, Deborah K, and Yuma Makoto, taking on team number 2 of Miyako Matsumoto, Honma, Maika Ozaki, and Kakeru Sekiguchi. Like I said, this was a very wild match. The action was pretty non-stop between all 8 of these ladies. And I did think it was pretty cool that to signify the ladies that get eliminated, they had to put on a shirt that had a big X on the front and on the back. I thought that was pretty cool. So at least, you know, if you were watching, you could see who's officially eliminated from the match. So I thought that was pretty cool. And in this match, you can get eliminated by pinfall, submission, or thrown over the top rope to the floor. So duly note that. So here's how the order went. And then it just got really confusing at the end. So, to start off, Kakeru Sekiguchi eliminated Yuma Makoto. Of course, she wasn't the captain, so the match continues. And then Maika Ozaki eliminated Ancham. She tossed her over the top rope. Ancham wasn't the captain, so the match continues. Then Makoto pinned Kakeru Sekiguchi. And then later pinned Honma. So 2 eliminations from Makoto. Neither of those 2 ladies were the captain, so the match continues. And then Deborah K eliminated Maika Ozaki over the top rope, which it was revealed then that Maika was the captain of team number 2. And I guess what was interesting was that, I guess, what I didn't understand was the ref called it a draw. The ref called it a draw, which apparently there was some sort of secret rule that I guess if there were 5 or more ladies eliminated by the time, I guess there were 5 eliminated by the time the captain was eliminated, that there would be some sort of secret punishment or something like that. Like, it didn't make any sense to me because I was under the impression that once Maika got eliminated and was revealed that she was the captain, that the match should have ended with team number 1 as the winners. But that didn't happen. That's why it was so freaking confusing of what went down. So the match was, the match was good, but the ending was so confusing. The ending made no sense to me. So yeah, it was ruled a draw. It was ruled a draw. So it made no sense to me. So I don't know. I just feel like they tried to do too much. I would have just kept it simple. Bam, Maika was revealed the captain. She's eliminated. Bam, team number 1 wins. That's really how it should have been, personally. I just felt like they tried to do too much with that match. So it ended up being very confusing. But it is what it is. It was just so freaking confusing. Alright, moving on. Next match. Alrighty. Had ourselves a tag team match here. We had the team of Risa, Sera, and Miran taking on the team of Jaguar, Yokota, and VENY. Overall, pretty good match. It felt like Risa Sera had to be the one to carry Miran, which shout out to Risa Sera. She was rocking some gear that I'd never seen before, so I thought her gear was pretty cool. But yeah, I felt like Jaguar, Yokota, and VENY, that was a pretty strong team. And you know, this was a solid match between both of these teams. Jaguar Yokota got the pin. She actually reversed a pin on Miran. Miran almost had her, but then Jaguar Yokota was able to reverse it into a pin of her own to get the victory for her and VENY. But pretty good match. Overall, pretty good match. I had a feeling Miran was going to get pinned, but you know, her and Risa Sera hung in there in that match. But yeah, pretty good match. Can't really complain. Alright. Let's move on to our next match. Alrighty, we had a 10-woman tag match. We had the team number 1, we had Kyoko Inoue, Aja Kong, Yuki Miyazaki, Kurumi Hiiragi, and Rydeen Hagane, taking on team number 2 of Mizuki Kato, Drake Morimatsu, Tsubasa Kuragaki, Chihiro Hashimoto, and Yu. Man, this match was wild from start to finish. I mean, just this was a pretty entertaining match, but it was wild. Just everybody was getting involved consistently. It was fun. It was a very fun and entertaining match. There was even some silliness to it, which is always good at the right moments. But yeah, I felt like every woman got a chance to get showcased a good amount in this match. And, you know, overall, I was pleased with it. I was pleased with the pacing, and I was pleased with the involvement of all 10 ladies. Let's see. Kyoko Inoue gets the victory for team number 1 as she dropped Mizuki with a lariat and then pinned her for the 1-2-3. They kind of traded offense, and then Kyoko just kind of quickly took her out with a lariat, pinned her for the 1-2-3. So the team of Kyoko Inoue, Aja Kong, Yuki Miyazaki, Kurumi Hiiragi, and Rydeen Hagane pick up the victory in this very action-packed, wild, and chaotic 10-woman tag match. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. All right, now we're going to get back to our championship matches. We have 3 more to go. So let's get it. Next up, we had the 3WD Queen Elizabeth Championship. Of course, the title that's always defended in 3-way / triple threat matches. So we had the champion, Sakura Hirota, defending against challengers Himiko and Kaori Yoneyama. This was a pretty entertaining match. Of course, with, you know, its funny moments, especially from Sakura Hirota with the butt stabbing, which we all knew that was going to happen. But, it was a pretty decent title match. Can't say I've seen a lot of Queen Elizabeth Championship matches. I think I may have seen like 2, and this was my 3rd one. So, but it was a pretty decent match, especially with the ladies that were involved. But Sakura Hirota retains the championship as she was able to pin Himiko with kind of a victory roll, which she reversed her pin attempt into kind of like a victory roll. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. It looked like Himiko was about to drop her with like I don't remember if it was a pile driver or some sort of move to like drop her, and then Sakura Hirota pretty much reversed it into like a victory roll for the 1-2-3, and Sakura Hirota still your Queen Elizabeth champion. But yeah, pretty funny and entertaining match overall. Okay, next up, I'm going to tell you right now, next up we had my two favorite matches of the whole card. My two favorite matches. Here we go. Alright, next up we had the 3WD Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, the team of Ayaka, which is made up of Ayako Sato and Hanako Nakamori, and they defended the titles against the team of Unagi Sayaka and Misa Kagura. I have to say, it was quite an interesting pairing of Unagi Sayaka and Misa Kagura. Not one I would have thought of. But you know what? They actually did well in this match. For teaming up together, they did well. But I have to say, I really love the synchronicity and chemistry of Ayaka. Ayako Sato and Hanako Nakamori, they have great chemistry as a tag team. Really great chemistry. And it definitely showed in this match. But Misa Kagura and Unagi Sayaka put up a good challenge. A really good challenge. Like, I was very much into this match from start to finish. They put up a valiant effort, but Ayako Sato shut that down as she was able to eventually pin Misa Kagura with a dragon suplex for the 1-2-3. And Ayaka, still your 3WD Tag Team Champions. A well-fought match and another successful defense for them. And yeah, one of my favorite matches of the card. And then the main event of this Diana Korakuen Hall show on April 29th was my other favorite. Oh yeah. This was a very, very awesome main event. We had the 3WD World Championship on the line. The big prize in Diana. The champion, Haruka Umesaki, defended against the Moonstar, one half of the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions, Sera. This match was excellent. Excellent main event. Both of these ladies went back and forth. We got to see them showcase their powers, submission skills, and high speed as well. We got plenty of that in this match. A great shift in momentum between both ladies. And, you know, hey, it was definitely worthy of the main event spotlight. And, yeah, solid match from start to finish. Both of these ladies look really great. Sera came so close where she was able to connect with that rolling star. Came so close. But Haruka was able to kick out at like 2.999999999. It was so close. But eventually Haruka would get the victory as she pinned Sera with kind of like a version of like a half Nelson suplex hold, or almost kind of like a regal plex. I don't know what she calls it. But it looked really cool. Looked really cool. But she got the pin with that move. 1-2-3. And Haruka Umesaki, still your 3WD World Champion. So congratulations to her. A valiant effort from Sera. Um, we'll have to see who's next to challenge Haruka Umesaki, but still your 3WD World Champion. So, great match. Great overall show. Like I said, those last two matches were my favorite of the card. And I really enjoyed the show. And it was good to see all 4 titles defended. So I was very pleased. Very pleased with the show. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Like I said before, don't forget to check out Game Beauty. Happy shopping. And let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Let me know how y'all are feeling about the Ice Cross Infinity tournament. Who do y'all think is going to win? Who do you think is going to be the next Ice Cross Infinity champion? Where do you think Yuki Minami will end up landing now that her contract with Ice Ribbon's been terminated? What are you looking forward to with the upcoming Marigold press conference? And are you excited about the big reveal of their full card, which will happen May 5th? And what do you think is going to happen with Kizuna Tanaka? Is she done with Pro Wrestling Wave? Where do you think she will land? Do you think she joins Marigold? Let me know your thoughts there. And let me know y'all's thoughts on the Diana Korakuen Hall show that just happened. What'd you think of the card? What'd you think of the matches? Were your predictions correct? Let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube, my name is Jason Ingram. Hope y'all have a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Take care. Peace out.